how you can tell if a man really has money. And it's actually a very easy test. So apparently there's this new study where all you have to do is take a man's hand like this, and if his ring finger is longer than his like pointer finger, so like this one would have to be longer than this one. I mean, my nails make it hard to see, but if it's longer, it means he has money. So now I know what I'm doing on every single first date from now on. Give me your hand.
Guys, I mean, this has reached a new level of delusion that's even hard to describe. I've seen a similar clip regarding baldness and wealth, but regardless, these chicks have become so greedy that they're now trying to read the tea leaves to see who they should rip off first. Basically, it's pretty clear to all of the Man Guide fam that modern women are a mental and economic burden. Most of us got the memo and took off, but that hasn't stopped the mania from reaching levels our grandfathers never thought were possible. Like, holy shit. Anyway, the comments are, any man with money knows to stay away from that energy. No need to bring energy into any of this. What they wear is enough. Why do you feel entitled to his money? Buddy, that's a discussion for a whole rant video. Stay tuned. How can we tell if a girl is a gold digger? Thankfully, they've made that one easy. Someone forgot to tell me where my money is. She learned this from a gold digger handbook? Well, TikTok, but essentially they're the same thing. Next clip.
Oh, you need to do this for me. If you don't bring money to the table, you ain't the one. You have no class. You have no legality. You have no regard for human. You have no value inside of what you see. You have no character. You look crazy. You sound crazy. And you have the audacity to even ask for a man that's gonna pay all of your bills for what? You obviously won't even bring that man peace, let alone some value. You sound like a walking problem.
They got Sarah.
And at this point, if he's paying all her bills, he could get that from a that looks better, sounds better, and treats him better. What does he need her for? You're so entitled with nothing to offer. What man is gonna look at that and say, you know what, I do need to pay her bills?
None. At least none of the real men that got up and dipped. But the point being made here is insanely valid. If these modern women have made it their life's mission to acquire someone else's hard-earned money, what makes anyone with a mind believe that they'll bring wealth or peace? The simple answer is absolutely nothing. Little by little, there are women like this one here who are shunning the mind virus, and the response from feminists is pretty hilarious. They don't even need to do anything radical, just present an immutable truth, and then a bunch of angry blue hairs come out to call pick me or trad. Real cult behavior. Here are the comments. Finally, a woman saying what men are thinking. Thank you for this, and for those women who are calling her a pick me. Yes, we will pick her. I think I rest my case. What's the most valuable quality you think someone can bring to a relationship? 2 things, respect and loyalty. It ain't that hard. I've been telling dudes this for 10 years straight. You do better getting you a lil hype to hit on with no strings attached. You'll save yourself a ton of money and stress. Some dudes need to take a little time to write these out, but if I'm reading it correctly, I agree, I think. If we aren't coming together to make each other's lives better, there really is no point to it. Again, relationships are not financial transactions. Bingo. Next clip.
So you really decided to take me out on a date to Subway?
What's wrong with Subway?
Do you not have money for something nicer?
What a polite question to ask on a first date.
I thought we were gonna go do something else on this.
I do have money. I just don't have high faith in you.
Oh my.
Why would you say that?
I feel like you're in it for the money and not for me.
Of course I'm in it for the money.
Well, never let it be said that they weren't being honest.
See, that's why I brought you to Subway. To see what your true character was.
I got dressed this morning. I got up and I got ready and I took a shower and I did all the basics just to come somewhere nicer.
Are they trying to say that they wouldn't have done that otherwise?
And where do you work?
Papa John's.
That makes sense. Let me guess, you're a delivery driver?
Yes.
Pitiful.
The phrase, those that live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, comes to mind.
I don't think you should be worried about dating. I think you should be worried about your light bill. Because clearly you couldn't take me somewhere nicer, so I'm not interested.
Well, don't they seem just charming?
You work at fucking Papa John's.
Because I would give you anything you wanted.
But a date's a Subway, huh?
You know,
that really proves to me how much you wanted me and how much you valued my time.
I wanted to get to know you.
At least that part, it seems, is going rather well.
Why does it matter when I take you? I don't have to take you to a steakhouse just to get to know you.
Give me my phone back.
Are you recording? You think this is funny?
Give me my phone back.
I don't think this girl deserves me.
And I, for one, am inclined to agree.
Okay, well, first off, I gotta say that Jared Bistro is definitely a trash place to eat. No offense to anyone who likes it, I just think there are a million other places that are cheaper and better quality. That said, fellas, the point still stands. This woman put on a beanie and feels like she deserves the steakhouse. It's clear that in the West, you shouldn't be trying to date at all. Moreover, the guy should have just stuck to the coffee shop test in this scenario. It's like $10 and you'll get the same results, but his heart was in the right place. The comments are, this wasn't a date, this was a pre-screening, and she didn't make the cut for the first date. She failed the second she opened her mouth. The test was successful, she failed miserably. Exactly. Clearly she's broke. Little Miss Independent needs to be dependent on every man that takes her out. So many of these types are failing the hustle and it makes me laugh every time. She's sitting there in an ugly ass hat saying that she was ready to go somewhere nice. No ma'am. Her behavior is just disgusting. Oh, you think this is bad? Check this out.
How much do you want your wedding to cost?
My thing is not a cost thing. It just needs to
Say the number. We don't. Come on.
I want 2 weddings. I want one here and I want one abroad in South Africa.
Okay, so you've roughly done the costings, roughly.
I haven't done the cost.
But roughly.
Probably like 600k. Probably even more. Probably like
What currency are we talking about?
pounds. Probably like 500k.
Wedding.
400k.
Wedding.
350.
Wedding.
How much?
You're trolling me.
Why am I going down?
You're trolling
How
me.
much do they cost?
A wedding.
Yeah, my dress, my bridesmaids, my car, my people, my hair, like my ring. Are we including the whole thing?
Yeah.
Kind of blows the Subway fiasco right out of the water, doesn't it? Her tone is different, but that's all part of the broad strategy. Wink, wink. I've covered the wedding price stat in another story before. Literally, anything exceeding $4,000 USD dramatically changes the outcome of a marriage. And there's a clear reason for that, because it basically presents the motive before the crime even takes place. There are very few things like a wedding that highlight the intentions of the modern woman. Here are the top comments. Don't mind her, she meant 600k Naira. One would hope, but come on, we know the game. She's never even seen 60k in her lifetime. Hell, I don't think she's seen 5. Just throwing numbers in the air like it's confetti. The celebration is a little too early, especially considering she started lowering the number the second it came into question. Nah, mate, run. Get you one with the feet on the ground, one that is aware of the real price of things in life. Run. Why did he scream in a Nigerian accent? His ancestors felt the pain. All of ours do, really. Next clip.
How many hours do you work, Eric?
60 hours a week.
60 hours a week. And how many hours do you work at home?
The same. More. All day, all night.
Really? And then you woke up and realised you were dreaming, you mean?
Well, my day doesn't end sometimes.
What do you mean your day don't end? It don't bloody begin. You spent time on the phone. Mm-hmm. You spent time just walking around the house, up and down. You spent time walking back and forth from a dining table with your kids. I mean, quite frankly, I don't know what you do with your hours. But I tell you one thing as a woman, if my husband's working, I do want to make sure that I'm doing what I should be doing at home. And if now I'm making you think about that, because this is the first time I've seen you become emotional, because it's the first time you've even had to sit and think about your actions. You're right.
It's a classic, one that deserves another look. It's pretty clear why most of the remaining shows that shared a balanced view of parenting are grainy and old. It's because in today's day and age, women like this would be paraded down the street just for managing to put a pair of pants on. The comments are, a man working and providing is very tiring. To be honest, both jobs are very tiring, because most of the time when our parents get home after working an actual job, we want them to relax too, so we keep doing all the housework and take care of anything the kids need. Both are tiring, and it is more mentally exhausting, I feel, to be around kids all day and never have a break. And by never having a break, I mean never having time away from the kids. Not being able to take a shower. If the kids get up in the night, you have to get up because your partner works in the morning. Both are draining. I see long comments like this all the time, and they're always nuts. I just had to show one. Lady, an essay doesn't remove the fact that this is a lie. A man's job is significantly more difficult. Wake up. Another proof, most women are adult children. If a man said word for word the same thing, he would have been called mean, misogynistic, and rude, especially if she started crying. Exactly my point. Moving on.
Every time I call, I need some money. So as long as he constantly giving me money, I'm good.
How about him actually giving time to his child? Isn't that worth more than money? He has to pay to be a father?
I mean, I feel like if he don't give money, everything else irrelevant. It don't even matter how much time you give. If he ain't giving the money, then at that point, to me, you a deadbeat.
Somewhere in the world, Child Protective Services, foster homes all over America. Them kids want a daddy. They don't care how much money he comes with, if they got the PS5 or not. Just the fact that having a father to love them, those kids want their daddy. Now this woman is here saying that if this man doesn't fork over some money, now all of a sudden he's the deadbeat. I'm going to pray for this woman, ladies and gentlemen. We need to pray for women like this so they can see the way. Lord Jesus, please.
All that stuff is irrelevant. He could show up to doctor's appointments, school conferences, all of that stuff. If he is not handing out no money, he is a deadbeat. And that goes for every man.
Departments are irrelevant. Camelot, Four Seasons are all places where you can apply. Ma'am, the fact that you have a man that is willing to be a father, willing to be a husband, and you have these petty reasons on why he's not good enough for you, it baffles me. It's extremely triggering to us that a nigga got all the answers right on the test, and you still gave him an L. Back to the apartments with that delusional shit.
Looks like she has her priorities straight. Good Lord, what are we doing anymore? If you've been on the planet for more than 15 years, you know that every man falls on hard times every now and then. Some of us are lucky to have enough to weather the storm, while many get hit hard, not even having a car to sleep in. Basically, this chick said, if the man of the house, the one that previously provided up to this point, lost a hand in an accident and had to spend time searching, she'd do anything she could to throw him to the curb. Usually, I find the comedy in this, but that's just straight shameful. Here are the top comments. This should be interesting. Now I understand why the Bible told women to be silent. Amen. Wait, she the same girl that couldn't take her own kids to the fair, but talking about the daddy needs some money? No, ma'am, looks like you need some money and a brain. Can y'all stop putting women on these podcasts? They make all women look bad. Look, lady, when it's easy to find all kinds of women with the same horrible views, it needs to be exposed as much as possible. Speaking of,
the splitting the bill conversation. Do we pay for the men? When do we pay for the men? A friend of mine was on her dating journey and she went out with a man twice. He paid for everything, wined and dined. On the third date, they spent a day together, ordered a bunch of things, had some drinks, had a good time. Let's call it a couple $100. She had to put her card down for this particular place. So when they went to pay, he was like, oh, your card is down. And now she didn't speak up and ended up paying for the bill. They had plans for another date. He texted her the next day and was like, I don't really see a long-term future with you. I don't really want to waste either of our times. I think you're great, but I don't want to keep our date for next week that we had planned, which I think is very respectable. Most people just ghost. So she's talking to me about it and she's like, but he did stick me with the bill. I was like, what are you talking about, stuck you with the bill? How did you leave paying? I was like, just text him and say, oh, okay, well, cool. Thank you for saying that. Had a great time too. But here's your split for Saturday. There's no possible way he thinks that she's just paying for his presence. He got upset, did not send her the split, and in fact went and sent her the receipts for the last 2 dates.
on her dating journey, okay, sure. Let's go with that. I swear, women will go to the bathroom and take a dump, coming back to claim that they just went on a mystical adventure. This is all so lame and, well, let's go with just lame, considering the social media police might grab us on that one. Ladies, that man had every right to refuse payment, and I applaud him for sending the receipts for the other dinners. I mean, he shouldn't have been there to begin with, but I'm glad he learned the truth and got the hell out of there. The comments are, there's no possible way he thinks she's just paying for his presence. A woman who thinks a man should pay for her presence. Y'all wild. Thank you. I am deeply grateful that she had the opportunity to learn such a valuable lesson in fairness. I don't think she learned anything, but I'm glad you're optimistic about life. So you can say that out loud and not hear how weird you sound? It's a cult, no doubt about it. Everybody wants equality until it's time to be equal, I see, LOL. First of all, a man not paying on a date is wild behavior in general. However, isn't dating a two-way sport that costs money? Why are you comfortable spending someone else's money but not your own as reciprocation? Y'all confuse men by claiming equal/independence but still treating men as a checkbook, in my opinion. You lost us at a man not paying on a date is wild behavior. Next clip.
We owe $8,423. What is this even for?
I got my done. It was like $14,000.
Why? It's $14,000 for the...
Yeah.
Yep. Was this a requirement? Was this for you? Was it pressured?
No, I just wanted to get it done in the springtime.
Okay. For self-confidence, sure. And again, I don't really give a what you guys spend your money on if you budget it, but you're putting it on debt. You have finance. When you're
I'm okay with telling people that.
Yeah, I want you to go ahead and walk around on church on Sunday and go up to the pastor and be like, yo, they're financed, guy.
No, that's...
I want you to walk around the cafeteria there and be like, financed. They're not all natural from up there. These are financed.
Well, I didn't get implants. I just did a lift after breastfeeding my kids.
This lift is financed, guys.
Now this is wild. But I don't know what we expected from a deranged woman and a simp that doesn't speak up. Guys, this is one of the best examples proving that it's not worth it to bend the knee. The comments are, this was the most uncomfortable episode. My guy was handsome AF, hard worker, he got the bag. They would be living a great life if she wasn't spending like they were millionaires. Also, she was working supposedly a ton of hours and only got paid 600 USD. Hopefully he can get out of that situation. Lady, he's doomed. The fact that he went on the show instead of packing his bags says it all. This is the same clown who flies from Houston to LA and back just to get her hair done. She's making that guy emotionally poor and soon to be financially poor. A perfect comment for the theme of the episode. Gold star for you. The pain in the husband's eyes. Seen from space. Next clip.
How would you like the bills to be taken care of?
What bills?
Ooh.
I don't know the bills though. Nah, it's still 50-50.
How is it 50-50? Oh, please explain this math.
It's still 50-50 though, because, you know, I am the housewife.
Right.
You know, that's my responsibility.
Right.
Your responsibility is to be the provider of the household.
Right.
I'm paying $5,000 a month, and what you doing? Washing dishes and fucking folding clothes?
Yes.
Oh shit.
What else am I supposed to do? I could watch TV, you know, put my feet up.
Oh shit.
Put your feet in the apartment complex. Sure. Back to the apartment. The fact that women want to demand 100% protection and provision from men, and they stutter and stumble on what the hell they're actually going to reciprocate him with, it baffles me. How can you expect someone to pay all of your bills and you don't even know what you're going to give him in return? You said I could watch TV. You said I could put my feet up. You're going to put your feet up at the Greyhound bus station because you're going to have a ticket to the apartment. If you want a man to be your everything, you better figure out what the fuck his everything is too, or he's gonna find someone else to do it. You have an answer for that question now?
All cost, no reward. Here are the top comments. Stay single, fellas. This isn't marriage material. Just don't get married. The more and more I see shit like this, just lets me know our generation is cooked. So exactly how is this a prize for the man? I might as well stay single. Where do you find these high-priced junkies? You make it so simple, but they still don't want to understand. Well spoken. Next.
Where you get money for food?
What do you mean? My bank account.
So where was this money this whole trip?
What are you talking about?
You had me pay for your bags, all of your bags. That's your other bag right there. Where, like, you ain't put in for nothing. You didn't pay for no Ubers.
I didn't put any trip.
I invited you on a trip, but that means bring your own money.
Well, you didn't say that.
Like, you over here, you could buy that meal, but you couldn't pay for no Ubers.
It was $18.
We couldn't even do the excursions because you talk about you didn't have no money.
You took a trip for us, and then you expect me to pay?
It don't matter. At the end of the day, you don't have your own money. Like, I'm confused. Why would you even want me to?
It's clear that I do.
Why would you want me to fly you out and you don't have your own money anyway?
You literally paid the trip.
Oh, you trying to whisper because there's people around? That's what you're trying to do?
Because you're trying to embarrass me.
I mean, yeah, I'm putting this out there. Nobody should travel with you. Y'all watching this? Do not travel with her. She don't have no money to travel. Period. All of these bags was 50 plus, and this one was overweight.
Bro, you literally invited me.
It doesn't matter if I invited you. I told you about the trip. I sent you the itinerary. I told you the price of everything and what it was going to pay.
I didn't think the price
And
mattered.
you didn't pay anything.
You big baller. You decided
Yeah,
to
I am
free
big
trip for
baller.
us.
You're right. I am big baller. But that don't mean nothing. You got on Balenciaga slides, but you couldn't pay for nothing on the trip.
I have money.
So why you didn't spend none of your money? Why you had us sitting in the we were sitting in the hotel room
What comes around, comes around. Sometimes you gotta end it with a laugh. Here are the top comments. Constant excuses and what you talking about, what you mean, I'll give it to you next week. LMAO, it's the same old saying from people who just don't want to pay up but have absolutely no problem asking, and on top of that ask, you really not gonna help me out? Lose them users. Treated you like she treat her dude. The sense of entitlement. Congratulations, that's how a lot of women think. The girl with the pink is right though. How are you going to invite her to a trip and not pay for things like their food, etc. within the trip? You should have been upfront then that she had to pay for her food, bags, Uber, etc. and that you'll only pay for the trip. Gentlemen, this last comment proves only one thing, that they will not change. Save your bag and save your mind. And if you made it to the end of this video, I want to say I appreciate you. So don't forget to hit that like button, drop a comment to have a chance to win, and hit that sub button for daily videos. And if you could take a quick second to subscribe to the second channel, Man Guide Reacts, link is down below in the description so we can be sure that our message will keep on reaching the new men out there. I appreciate all the support, y'all, and I want to wish you all tremendous success.